Two truth, one lie. Okay, I'm two true, one lie. Let me think.
So, hey, have you ever met a millennial urban farmer? One whose company grows vegetables in a HDB rooftop car park? What's more, this millennial farmer is only 26 years old. She's industrious, she's visionary, and inclusive. And dare I say, she's also very passionate about helping Singapore tackle its food goals by 2030. So today we have with us a special guest, Danielle Chan from local agri-tech startup Citiponics. Welcome, Danielle.
Hi, thanks for the introduction, Danny. Nice to meet you.
Now, before we start the interview proper, let's play a quick two truths and one lie game just to warm up, shall we? Danielle, are you ready?
Yes. So, wow, okay. The first one is I enjoy eating anything that's vegetable related. And then secondly, I retook my A-levels. And lastly, I majored in something that's related to agriculture in school. So you can guess which one is the two truths and one lie.
So I don't know, maybe I'll just guess you didn't retake your A-levels?
Okay, actually the answer is, the truth is I retook my A-levels because I didn't do well the first time round. I do love vegetables. I grew up eating all sorts of vegetables. The lie is actually I didn't major in something agriculture related in university. Yeah.
Me there. Nice one. All right. So why don't you tell us what do you do at Citiponics?
Okay, so I'm the co-founder of Citiponics, and at Citiponics, I actually carry multiple roles, and a lot of my role involves problem solving. So I do actually work on work that's related from non-farming related work such as marketing, business development, to farming related work such as seeding, harvesting, packing, and even experimenting. So you can say that I'm a part-time farmer, part-time, I would say, business strategist. Yeah, we all carry, I would say, multiple roles when you are running your own businesses.
Wow, so multi-hatting there.
Yeah, multi-farm hats. I wear farm hats like 50% of the time, and then other hats another 50% of the time.
Oh my goodness. What's the most interesting part of the mix of things that you just mentioned? Yeah.
There's actually two things that I find really interesting about what I do. So firstly is that the innovation that we get to do. So in the context of I would say Citiponics, agriculture is usually seen as a traditional industry with laborers and long working hours under the hot sun. However, with innovation and creation of our new forms of farming technology, we are able to choose when we want to farm. So for instance, in the evening when it's not as hot, we get to do our farming work and we don't have to actually do the farming work in the afternoon. So I would say this new form of work with the enablement of technology, it also allows us to hire senior citizens as our employees to actually come and farm in the evening when it's more cooling. So the fact that we get to transform a traditional industry through non-traditional ways of working is something that I find personally very interesting. Yeah, and then I would say secondly is that I really get to interact with people from all walks of life. So farming itself is actually a universal language, in my own opinion. It cuts across different age group, different religion, different background. So through the work that I do, I actually get to connect with people from different backgrounds through the use of farming as a language, be it educating children about the importance of knowing their food source, or even engaging the senior citizens to work at Citiponics. So these are just some of the variety of people that I get to connect with, which I really appreciate as well.
And I see from your background, you have all these vegetables. What kind of vegetables are they? And I see just beyond your head there, it's a HDB block. So where is this farming that's taking place that you're mentioning?
Okay, so we actually have our urban vertical farm situated on top of an underutilized multi-story carpark rooftop at Ang Mo Kio area. We are actually about 5 minutes walk away from Ang Mo Kio Hub. So
Really?
so what we are hoping to do is that we are hoping to bring our farms directly to, like, I would say, the housing estates where, the residents here actually get to see how we farm, get to have direct access to the vegetables that we farm here. And the vegetables that we produce, what you see here is actually Georgina lettuce, which is
Right.
our own crossbreed of species between Celtuce and romaine lettuce. So we actually wanted to create this unique species as we realized that it's actually crunchier, it's also tastier, and in terms of like the uniqueness of it, it's also not something that can be easily found with other farmers, be it from like local farmers or the farmers that are importing their vegetables to Singapore.
Let's talk about your schooling days. So how did you get to doing what you were doing? What happened in primary and secondary school, or whichever point was a milestone for you where you started to think about your life a little bit more?
So I think in terms of STEM, why I wanted to take something STEM related was actually a few factors. So I first actually discovered the impact of STEM and innovation really through online learning. And I think that was during my secondary school period. That was when the sharing economy started to appear, and it created like a disruptive change with companies such as like Uber and Airbnb. And then there were multiple startups that created like new forms of work, non-traditional industries, which really enhanced the way we experience life, and that really kind of sparked my interest.
Okay.
And then in uni, I started to do like internships in multiple tech startups, in real estate, in travel, in software development. I really just wanted to put myself out there to really see personally witness the impact of technology and how it actually changes the way people live. And I personally think that technology really isn't about replacing jobs. It's really about creating additional time and resources for people to work on like, meaningful, higher value work. And I think what I appreciated really the most in a STEM related industry is, I would say, the process, and I would say the satisfaction from problem solving to understanding the problem to actually building the prototype and creating a solution that could drive impact. And I would say in terms of like the link to agri-tech, I think personally I'm quite, I would say, lucky because I grew up in an agriculture environment. And that was when like my mom actually opened up a traditional farm in Malaysia. So that was during a period of time where a few Singaporeans were heading over there to set up farms because Singapore was experiencing a rapid urbanization period. So I actually grew up with that kind of like agriculture business like exposure where I witnessed like the traditional farming methods. I did like door-to-door delivery for the vegetables. I was like in a van with a delivery driver, and then like we'll go door-to-door delivery. I mean, it's not like child labor or what. I really enjoyed that kind of experience. Yeah, and then then in that sense, I really witnessed, I would say, the inefficiencies of traditional farming. And hence, like during uni period, I decided to like really deep dive into like how actually technology can simplify farming, and started working on like I would say Citiponics on the side as well, trying to understand, like explore like the innovation behind agri-tech and like how it can actually change the way we farm and do food production in Singapore.
If you could just sum it up in one word, what would it be?
Actually, I thought hard about this, and then I had a few words, but then I ended up, the thing that actually kept popping up in my mind was actually the word hard work.
Wow.
That sums up my profession. I mean, like, I know this term hard work is not unique to my line of work. I mean, anyone who's an employee, you put in hard work, you put in effort to, earn a living. But for myself, I think the hard work actually comes from like wearing multiple hats, come from actually working like late nights, trying to build the business, trying to do the farming work. And I think this hard work is something I also like get reminded of when I look at the plants. Because like, like recently, like there's some like sometimes due to like, I would say climatic conditions, there are like extreme, like I would say irregular rain. There's also like heat wave. And then I look at how the plants, like, they build their own like self-sufficiency to thrive in this kind of environment. And I see that, they are also doing their hard work, although it's not like what we know of it. But I can imagine that, they are working hard in their like ways to actually grow. So I feel that like this is something that I'm constantly reminded of, that you really reap what you sow, and like so I will describe my journey in one word, which is hard work.
Right. So that's 2 words, but okay, that's cool.
I went to Google it, okay? I went to Google, so it's a hard and then dash work. So I guess that is one word. Okay. I went to Google it.
All right, first time I'm hearing that. What do you enjoy outside of work?
I recently actually picked up Hiking. I mean, just a very like normal things that I do. I
Nice.
picked up hiking, so I just like to take walks outside to get some fresh air. But I think this kind of the things that I do
Okay.
outside of work is really like I would say because work can get overwhelming at times, and I find that this kind of walks, breaks is really helpful in like rebooting my mind when things get too overwhelming.
In this COVID-19 time, you can't travel out for hiking. So where would you go hiking in Singapore then?
Oh, there's a lot of like nature trail. Like I went to the one at I think it's called Marang Trail. It's actually near Harbourfront. So
Okay.
I literally walked from like the Siayin Market all the way to Hot Park. And it was really nice because it was like a nice trail where you go through like the bridges. It's a very, very nice path with a lot of nature. And like although we can't travel now, I think that is the best we can do, to really just move yourself out of your house and go and like take some walks.
As a final parting piece of advice to students.
Okay, I would say my advice for students is, or the youths out there, is really to it's okay to not have everything figured out, and I think it's okay to give yourself time, and really there isn't a right way to do your life. So I think whatever challenges you are facing right now, be it from grades or like your personal life or finding out what you want to do in life, I think every situation in life is really temporary. So when things are good, make sure you enjoy them. And when things are not so good, just remember that, like better days are ahead and this situation will not last. Yeah. So
Yeah, spoken like some philosophy guru there.
no, I mean, I really, I mean, when I was like in my youth stage, I was just like having high expectation of myself to, have everything figured out. Need to go and like, whatever I'm majoring in, I want to ensure that, okay, if I major in this, that will be the job that I'll be taking on. But actually life doesn't have to work that way. Like it appears for like some kind of, I would say, some jobs, but it might not be applied for other jobs. So really, like whatever you major, it might not even be what you are like doing for out of your career. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with people so that they don't feel discouraged when they don't have anything figured out yet. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really encouraging. You know what, Danielle? I think you could make a great motivational speaker. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Danielle.
Thanks,
Stay
Danny.
tuned, everyone, as we bring you more of such insights from our valued partners in the near future. So we'll see you soon. This is Danny signing out from Science Center Singapore. Bye.
Bye. Actually, I didn't do well for my A levels the first time round, to the point that I can't enter any local uni or even the private unis. I got EEC first time round. Then after I retook, I got BBC lah. So I can virtually share that.
BBC.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best, but I mean it got me into a uni, so I was thankful enough.